Hi, I'm Meredith Berkman, and welcome to Shabbat with the Schmear. I'm also known as Shabbat Mom, and I'm here in the heart of the Upper West Side at Barney Green Grass with my good friend, Rabbi Adam Mintz. Hello, Rabbi.
Hi, Meredith. This week we conclude the book of Shemot with the portion of Pekudei. Oy vey. Here we go
Oy vey,
again.
Pekudei.
This is
You're Shecky Green, not me.
This is the fourth portion that we've had in the past 5 weeks that talks about the details of building the tabernacle. Isn't it an oy vey? Why do we need so many portions with so much detail?
Once again, God is in the details. For me, I find this fascinating that we can look here, and I have often done this and said to my kids, okay, you want to know why they'll say, well, how do you know these things really happen? Why do you, for all you know, it's made up. And I say, I can't prove, although those who adore and respect biblical archaeology, as I do, would say we certainly have enough physical evidence of, bullseye with the names of people named in the Bible that have been found in Jerusalem. But leaving that issue aside, I've often said to my kids, look, 603,550 men above the age of 20. And I'm going to leave aside the modern issue of, but you didn't count the women, because it's not relevant within the context of the time in which this would have been written down. The Orthodox would say, by Moses. And perhaps a conservative Jew would say, divinely inspired, yet written in its time by men. However it was written down and recorded for us, we know exactly how many men above 20 were standing together in the desert. And, perhaps the message is every individual counts, which we've certainly seen even playing out today in modern Israel, where, you don't leave someone, if someone is injured, you don't leave them behind. Every person matters. Every person matters. So I think that the detail of how many people were standing, I find more compelling. Well, I do find more compelling, though, of course, as a lover of fashion. I do love to think about the details of blue, purple, and crimson yarns and all of that, and what that looked like, again, as I said to you weeks ago, the net-a-porter aspect. But really, in my mind, it's that the details show us that the peoplehood about which we're reading is so deeply rooted, and the fact that every one of us counts, that to me is extremely evocative. So I wouldn't call it an oy vey. I see where one could interpret it that way, but I think of oy vey. This is the book of our peoplehood, of our religion, our spiritual life, but also of our peoplehood and about our land, ultimately the land of Israel.
And if we think about the book from beginning to end, the book begins with a small people who were enslaved in Egypt. And the book ends with its leaders, with its priests, dressed in the most beautiful clothing. Boy, did we come a long way in a very short amount of time.
So I think of the book of Shemot as the sort of the text of Torah as a pop culture. This is a pop culture portal into Torah. And the book of Shemot itself is so cinematic. Not only just the Charlton Heston cinematic, but everything is so visual. And then on your point, we've come a long way, baby. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.